Welcome to the inaugural State of the City employee-wide meetings. Most of you know me. My name is Valerie Hale. I've been with the City of Crossville since 2010, started as the Assistant City Clerk, became City Clerk in 2018, and then transitioned to the position of City Manager in April. I'd like to say that the opportunity to be City Manager was unexpected, but it has been a very exciting one, and I'd like to emphasize that it is truly an honor to work with all of you. Hey, I've never enjoyed a job more or worked harder in my life, actually, but I truly love it, and I hope our relationship continues for a very long time. But I'm not the one that deserves the attention today. You are the ones that keep our great city progressing. I'm your biggest fan and cheerleader, and I know that we could not accomplish what we do without you. Many of you are probably wondering why you're here today, in case you haven't already heard from all of your other coworkers. You're here today for many reasons. You're here today because I want to know you, and I want you to know me. As City Manager, it is a goal of mine to be more intentional with employee engagement. So you're here today to learn about what's going on within the city, meet your coworkers, and promote your department's accomplishments. As part of the Employee Engagement Initiative, I've instituted an email address for employees only to provide feedback to me or ask questions, and that email address is listed on the slide. It's feedback@crossvilletn.gov. I've challenged each of the department heads to present a report from the fiscal year 23-24 today, either by a regular speech, PowerPoint, or they could choose to create a video highlighting the department's accomplishments. I'm happy to report that everyone chose the video option. That's less talking than I have to do, actually. So you're going to be blown away by all these videos, just as I was, with the creativity and the positivity. I have to say that all the departments understood the assignment and went above and beyond. I'm humbled by their response to this challenge. As you might not have heard, a trophy will be presented to the department with the best presentation at the employee picnic. Our agenda today will include updates from the community, a business and financial climate update, and our work within the city. We should be here for a couple of hours, so get comfortable, enjoy your popcorn, and let's get started. Let's begin with our benchmarks of success. Last year, there was the construction of an 80 by 80 hangar for Whisper Aero. It was funded by a direct allocation from the state of Tennessee in the amount of $1.2 million. The hangar will serve as a testing facility for the company. You might have heard about Whisper Aero, and many people have asked me along the way, what is it exactly that they do? It's important that we all understand what Whisper Aero is and why it's important to our community. Here is a brief video about Whisper Aero.
Whisper Aero is all about delivering the next generation of cleaner, quieter, more efficient thrust. We're building thrusters at multiple scales, ones that work for drones, some that work for larger aircraft like the one you see behind me, but also fans that move air for industrial applications, commercial applications, prosumer applications. One of the cool things we did is we took this game-changing aviation, aerospace-grade propulsion technology, and we've innovated manufacturing techniques to bring the cost of all of those components down. So affordable that you can now layer this into leaf blowers. And so we happen to have developed the cleanest, quietest, most efficient leaf blower.
So when you look at the Whisper Jet behind us, or some of the other advances in drone delivery that we're working on, it probably seems like science fiction. But the last 10 years in particular have just been so vibrant in terms of technology development.
The future, of American industrialism and what we're building, so much of it, at least in the past, has been outsourced to other countries, other nations. And to really create a robust supply chain and an ability to react and build the future, it takes not only production and manufacturing, a lot of which is already in Tennessee, but it needs engineering, it needs research and development, it needs design. And what Whisper does is it actually brings together the researchers, the designers, the engineers, right next to our manufacturers and our test engineers, all in one location to actually drive innovation. We have an 8,000 square foot facility in Nashville that's for engineering and rapid prototyping. But we also have a facility here in Crossville that's 40,000 square feet for testing and manufacturing.
Whisper Aero is headquartered and will always be headquartered in Tennessee. There's so many advantages of working in developing a company in a state like Tennessee, where they have a much better personal touch with innovators and small companies.
One of the founders of the company, Mark Moore, who's also a former NASA employee, bought the former Mariners Point Resort and started operations there, and they have since transitioned to the TAP building. Whisper Aero is pioneering the development of quieter aviation products used by the Department of Defense and Homeland Security industries. Because of their innovative products, it attracts a different culture of investors and citizens looking to move to Crossville. We hope to offer them services and attractions to make them want to choose a city with a small-town atmosphere and unique amenities. Groundbreaking occurred July 2023, and the ribbon cutting followed a year later. Tennessee Tech is one of their partners and will also be utilizing the TAP building for their engineering students in collaboration with Whisper Aero. Because of their partnership, Crossville will be the home to a supercomputer as well as a wind tunnel. Very few places will be able to offer and say that statement. Whisper Aero will provide high-paying tech jobs, and the best part, it will give our children greater opportunities to return here. A site development grant was received by the City of Crossville to construct a spec building in the Interchange Business Park. This building will be 100,000 square feet with the ability to expand to 200,000 square feet. The specifications were developed from the state of Tennessee on requests that they have already processed from companies looking to relocate or establish a presence in the United States. It's currently in the design process and completion is expected March of 2026. The city has received a grant to build an ADA-compliant trail from Centennial Park to Highway 127 North to be named the Little Obed Trail. The goal is to eventually go under the interstate, the bridge there at the interstate, and connect to an upper segment that currently goes behind Charleston Place Apartments. The next, and probably one of the greatest projects, the one I'm most passionate about, happening up to this point is the Downtown Sidewalk Project. While this project will be aesthetically pleasing and provide ADA access from Lantana Road to Neacham Street, the most important part is the economic impact that it can have, which is why my focus area over the next few years will be downtown revitalization. This is another grant that the city received, and completion is expected June of 2025. The traffic signal at Lantana and Main was completed this past year and was paid for by a grant from the state of Tennessee in the amount of $544,000. This light has pedestrian signals and adds to the aesthetics of the downtown area with all the wires being underground. Another project completed this past fiscal year was the airport terminal building renovation. The renovations added new restrooms, a conference area, ADA access, and pilot rooms. $1.1 million was received from the state of Tennessee, Department of Aeronautics, and the FAA. This project combined many funding agencies to make it happen, one of which was explored and applied for through our engineering department. Speaking of the engineering department, I now present to you the annual report from them.
What does the engineering department do anyway?
Well, the engineering department is responsible for managing and maintaining the city's infrastructure projects. The department works closely with the community and with other departments to make sure each project meets all expectations. We update and maintain the GIS database. We develop and maintain underground sewer and water utility records. We supply coordination, inspection, and administration for city, utility, and roadway projects. We also promote economic development, assist the public with water and sewer, storm drainage, and roadway concerns, and so much more. Essentially, our department provides engineering, planning, and stormwater services in the city of Crossville and provides support to all departments.
Our engineer provides in-house engineering on city projects, which includes preparing and reviewing water, sewer, and site plans, preparing and reviewing grading and drainage plans, and designing for stormwater and erosion control for city projects. He develops bid packages for various projects and even helps other departments with bid packages. He also assists outside consulting engineers on projects. Our city planner and GIS administrator is in charge of meeting with developers and landowners to discuss how to develop and subdivide land. He is the first point of contact when it comes to land planning issues like utilities and zoning. Some of our engineering and planning projects include the Downtown Project, Crossville Memorial Airport, Meadow Park Pedestrian Bridge, Genesis Plaza Subdivision, and the Sparta Highway Bridge Utility Relocation. We also oversee the planning, development, and daily activities of the stormwater program. Our goal is to enhance the quality and quantity of city water by protecting our stormwater from pollution. We coordinate with the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation to make sure the city follows all regulations and meets all requirements. We help to maintain the storm sewer system, review and approve civil plans and permits, including stormwater pollution prevention plan applications and permits, address concerns regarding drainage and illicit discharge, and conduct weekly and twice-weekly site inspections to ensure compliance with regulations. The engineering department also coordinates with several other departments, like the utilities department, the codes department, and the street department, to make sure all the right permits are obtained and all the right procedures are followed.
Wow, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but we've got a great team here, a great city, and that's what it's all about.
Another project completed this past year was the Airport North Trail. It is a great, moderately easy, and I mean easy, 2.3-mile trail that takes you along the perimeter of the airport where you might even see aircraft landing or taking off. This was made possible through the city's partnership with Friends of the Trails. Trails leads us to our next annual report, which is from the Leisure Services Department.
This is Ethan, your Leisure Services Director, with an update from the department.
Fancy cars and diamond rings, I seen all kinds of shiny things. I should be feeling like a king.
Meadow Park Lake continues to grow in usage and popularity. Some of our recent upgrades include a dedicated kayak launch, an update to the boat shed to allow for more shore fishing access. The disc golf course continues to rise in popularity. The course is now complete with multiple basket locations on all 18 holes. The course was able to host 5 tournaments this year, drawing in people from our local clubs as well as multiple states away. The quality of the design continues to be one of the tops in the state. Friends of the Trails completed construction of the Meadow Park North Trail straight across from the current Soldiers Beach trailhead. The new trail is 2.5 miles in length, bringing that section of trails to over 4 miles. The most exciting progression at the park is the continued work at the new bridge. Accessing the far side of the dam opens up so much more acreage for park users to enjoy. So far, construction on a lakeside fishing trail has begun, and plans for a potential bigger disc golf course are in the works. That new section will be a massive addition to an already fantastic piece of property. Park staff will continue to host events at the lake, like our annual fishing derby, which again hosted over 150 kids. Boat rental numbers continue to be strong, as well as healthy campground numbers for both RVs and tent camping.
I turn my back on everything and everyone. Rooms with lots of pretty faces. Still don't.
Parks and Recreation staff has been more busy than ever the past year, with increased numbers at all of our locations. Garrison Park continues to be the most popular summer stop, with the splash pad operating at a high level. The playground at Garrison Park is our most popular play structure all year round, making the facility a true 12-month park. Centennial again hosted 85 youth teams and over 20 adult teams this past, just in local leagues alone. This fall sees the return of all those adult leagues, youth softball, and a new youth baseball clinic. Additional horseshoe and cornhole leagues keep the facility going all week long. As always, Centennial Park remains a top destination for travel tournaments for both youth and adult sports. In 2023, 1,008 hotel rooms were confirmed for these tournaments, and 2024 will equal that or exceed it. Currently, we're at 915 and counting. Some of the highlight tournaments this year included the 8U Dixie State Tournament, which generated an estimated $200,000 in economic impact, as well as the Jim Beam Classic Adult Tournament that generated an estimated $100,000 impact. Centennial Park updated its inclusive playground with a new surface, shade sails, and picnic tables. The new surface was a cheaper option with a longer warranty to allow for better use of the area. Dewar Soccer Complex saw an explosion of use over the past year. Instead of hosting one youth and one adult league only, the soccer complex now hosts 3 youth leagues and 2 adult. In addition to these leagues, the complex hosted 3 football tournaments, 2 soccer tournaments, Irish hurling, and an RC car race. Middle school cross country also used the area for multiple meets. To keep up with the demand, the department purchased a tiny mobile robot to help streamline field production. Field layouts used to take a minimum of a week for the initial layout. It can now be done in 4 to 5 hours. Repaints are able to be done in this time instead of multiple days. Paint cost has dropped drastically, and the line quality has increased just as much.
Back to you and me. Find my way back to Tennessee.
Leisure Services has and always will continue to host our yearly events. The annual Christmas Parade and the annual Independence Day fireworks continue to be as successful as ever. To help keep folks informed, the department has launched a weekly video update that will inform people of what's coming or any changes that might have happened in some of our events.
I work on the factory line, and all I do is stay behind. Call my mama like I should. She says daddy ain't doing too.
Hi, I'm Melina, and I am the administrator of the Crossville Amphitheater, the Crossville Depot, and the Palace Theater. What we've been doing for the past couple of years, and especially for the past year, is trying to enhance the customer experience, refresh our facilities, and just update some things in all 3 facilities as we can. At the amphitheater, we've installed some new digital door locks for ease of access for the renters. And we've also taken the portables away except for events, which has reduced the vandalism and vagrancy, and we're exploring more permanent restroom options there. At the depot, we have fully implemented an online reservation system, which has extended throughout the Leisure Services facilities. We also discovered the need for Crossville souvenirs and products, and we're filling that with t-shirts, cups, tumblers, and other products, and we're extending that line as we go. For the Palace, we have installed some new TV displays out front to highlight our upcoming events and movie schedules. We've got a fresh coat of paint on the doors and in the lobby, as well as throughout the facility in every space except for the auditorium, and that we will be tackling in early 2025. We moved our ticket office back to the original theater so that when people come to purchase tickets, it reduces the confusion about which door they need to use. We've refreshed the ticket booth and also added some neon signs in the lobby. We have new stage lighting and a new lighting board, and we are going digital with our sound and moving the board and lighting booth up to the 2nd floor to further enhance the experience of attending a Palace event. We've refreshed the green room, and we've updated our dressing room with new mirrors, lights, and a makeup counter. We have also added concession items and added the ability to accept credit cards, which has increased sales in all of our events, including our movies. We've added a movie schedule with both matinees and evening features, which has enabled us to reach a whole different audience. We've increased our social media presence and grown our followers on social media by about 40%. We've expanded our programming, which includes nearly all musical genres, and that's increased our audience both in attendance and diversity. We're well on our way to becoming a regional attraction. Our attendance is up 28% over 2023 at this same time, and our revenue is up 39%. We're happy with the changes that we're making, and we're going to continue those on into 2025.
As mentioned in the video, a lot of the work that our Leisure Services Department does contributes to our tourism revenue. The city of Crossville ranks 15th in the state of Tennessee for money received due to tourism. A little over $200 million was spent in Cumberland County during 2023, an increase of $10 million from 2022. Another success within the last fiscal year has been the recognition by City Council to realize the needs of the employees and gave a 5% cost of living adjustment. Not only this past fiscal year, but last year before that too. I, and I'm sure as you are as well, very grateful to City Council for what they've done. Employees are the city's greatest assets, and up next is the annual report from the Human Resources Department.
Hi, welcome to Human Resources. I'm Leah, or this is AI's voice version of me. Let me take you through what all we have done this past fiscal year. I am pretty sure this is what most of you think I do on a daily basis. Believe it or not, our jobs are much more than telling you, no, you can't do that.
Don't do that.
We hate having to tell you no. We love to be able to help you be the best versions of yourself. Have you all met Summer yet? In September of 2023, Summer was added to my department of one. I am so happy to have her. This year, payroll was added to HR, and Summer has taken that over. The Human Resources Department wears many hats for the city of Crossville. We have to be ready for anything. Some key elements to our jobs are hiring, legal compliance and trainings, compensation, benefits, payroll, and risk management. There are 13 departments we work with to fill vacancies or newly established positions. We are involved from start to finish. We post the job advertisements, review candidate applications, schedule required screenings, conduct onboardings and trainings. Several hours goes into the planning and paperwork phase of preparing an employee for their first day of work with your department. This past fiscal year, we posted 30 job vacancies, reviewed 1,271 applications, conducted 127 interviews, processed 29 onboardings. One onboarding alone takes about 3 hours. Our department manages the benefits for city employees. When you hear the word benefits, you may only think of health insurance. Benefit management actually includes so much more than that. Vacation and sick leave provisions, paid holidays, vacation buyouts, longevity, and wellness. Speaking of wellness, don't forget about our reimbursement program. We will reimburse you 50% of your gym memberships and wellness classes. Just bring me or Summer your paid receipts. We can reimburse you quarterly or annually. Also, we have incentives for taking an active interest in your health. When you visit your physician for your annual physical, dental, or vision exam, bring us proof of the exam to claim your incentive. We reconciled over $3.4 million for insurance benefit premium invoices for 2023 to 2024. This process involves verifying and matching the invoices with the corresponding policy and employee payroll deductions. This ensures that all amounts billed are accurate and justified. It often requires resolving discrepancies, communicating with insurance carriers, and maintaining comprehensive records. Retirement is also part of the employee benefit package. This year, we worked to bring TCRS back to city employees. Being a part of the TCRS program will allow us to recruit individuals that have experience in government work. It also affords employees the opportunity to participate in a true pension plan. A defined benefit plan provides the employee a stable retirement income to plan for the future. We were able to work with TCRS to build a plan that was beneficial to the employees transferring over from Mission Square. We worked several months to get the program into place and are grateful to the City Council for allowing us to move forward with it. If you haven't logged into your TCRS account yet, I encourage you to do so. By creating an online account, you can update your beneficiary information, check your annual statement, and forecast your retirement. Risk management is a big component of what we do. Risk insurance protects an organization against property claims, liability issues, and workers' compensation. The Human Resources Department manages the risk policies with our insurer. We assess damages to property and review claims of liability against the city. We report workplace injuries and are the direct contact for the adjusters and employees while under the care of a physician for an injury sustained on the job. The attention to details and education of employees is a large part of risk management. Evidence of good risk practices by employees is reflected in our claims history. Last fiscal year, we only had 2 property claims. That's impressive. We had 7 auto claims and processed 10 true workers' compensation claims. An inventory program and working with appraisers ensures that we are maintaining adequate coverage for our assets. Each year, at our renewal, I have to provide an updated inventory and review our asset list. Once all of that is certified, the audits and premium notices have to be reconciled. We currently have $12 million of automobiles and equipment and $200 million in property. That is a lot of insurance protection to review. This year, our annual enrollment meetings will be held the week of November 18. Enrollment meetings are for you to make any needed changes to your insurance benefits. We will have additional information for you as we get closer to those dates. We love it when we get to work directly with you, the employees. Sometimes we get to plan parties for you. During our employee Christmas luncheon, we recognize the dedicated service you have committed to the city. In 2023, 32 employees received service awards. All of you are what makes the city work. Thank you for your continued dedication to making our city a greater place to live. Our employee picnic is back this year. Please mark your calendar for October 4th and meet us at Kimbrough Farms and Autumn Days Corn Maze. The farm is closing for the evening to hold our private event. All activities will be open and available to us. Corn maze, hay rides, apple cannons, bounce pillow, kiddie area, petting zoo. We will have a barbecue dinner and s'mores for the fire. Well, that is all we have for you today. We tried to make this quick. Please let us know if you need us.
So we've talked a lot about accomplishments and successes over the past year. Let's move on to what's next. And to lead us into that discussion, here is a report from the fire department, which includes one of our newest projects.
Hello everyone, I'm Chris South and I'm the Crossville Fire Chief. It has been an exciting time at the Crossville Fire Department for the last year, and we're excited to spend the next few minutes with you telling you about what's going on. It's been a whirlwind of change in our organization, and we're so excited to be able to announce for the first time in 4 years that we are back to full staff. What a great time it is. We've got a great group of both seasoned and new and energetic men and women serving as Crossville's bravest. What a wonderful thing it is to be a Crossville firefighter now. At this point also, we're so excited to let you know that we've got a couple of new trucks on order, and they're going to be here before we know it. And you know what? We are fixing to break ground at Interstate Drive on the new Fire Station 2 move. What a wonderful opportunity for the citizens of the city of Crossville. In addition to that, we just have a great time serving you and being here for you. But you know what? That's enough for me right now. Let's show you some of the things that have been going on video. And you know what? I'll be back in a few minutes to wrap it up. We'll see you in a minute.
As the shadows fall, still we stand.
We are pleased to announce Fire Station number 2 relocation is underway, and the ribbon cutting ceremony is scheduled for October 22nd at 10 a.m.
In the darkest days, like a soldier, till there's no one left to save. This is a call to arms, this is a battle cry, this is the final hour, this is the moment that we rise and fight. We'll fight, we'll fight, we'll fight like a warrior. Like a warrior. I can feel the darkness. God knows it takes a toll. Leaves you cold and heartless.
Crossville Fire responded to over 2,300 emergencies this last fiscal year, of which 76% were EMS calls. However, we did see a slight increase in building fires, and our average response time was just under 4 minutes. We were fortunate to have no fatalities this year, and we had a total fire loss of $2 million, but more than that, we had a total saved value of over $4 million.
I'm checking my vital signs, drawing my battle lines, going to war again. Feeling the rhythm inside of my chest, all I need is just a pen. I know I was born for this. I know I was born for this. Don't care for the critics, my words are like physics, a force that they can't stop. They just don't get it, I think they forget I'm not done till I'm on top. I know.
The city of Crossville experienced an uptick in arson this fiscal year, but with the teamwork of Crossville Police and Crossville arson investigators, several arrests were made, taking arsonists off of our city streets.
We can be an army. We are the warriors who learn to love the pain. We come from different places, but have the same name. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. We are the broken ones who chose to spark a flame. Watch as our fire rages, our hearts are never tame. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. I've struggled for years, and through all of the tears I faced the doubts I hide. I never gave in to my fears deep within, cause I heard my voice inside. I know I was born for this. I know I was born for this. I will never lose my voice. If I cut out all the noise, I know I was born for this. I know I was born for this. I believe we can write a story. I believe we can be an army. We are the warriors who learn to love the pain. We come from different places, but have the same name. Cause we were.
With the addition of several new firefighters, training took center stage for us this year. We had 8 recruits complete the fire academy and gain their certification as Tennessee firefighters. In addition, 4 personnel became advanced emergency medical technicians, and firefighters also attended trench rescue, rope operations, hazmat operations, and swift water rescue. It's been a busy year trying to get our firefighters trained up to where they need to be.
Is it alright for someone like me to know you're not alone? The moves that you make, yeah, that come up mistakes, don't ever lose your hope. Just know you were born for this. Just know you were born for this. We are the warriors who learn to love the pain. We come from different places, but have the same name. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. We are the broken ones who chose to spark the flame. Watch as the fire rages, our hearts are never tame. Cause we were born for this. 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 I'm just a step away, I'm just a breath away, losing my faith today.
Falling off the edge today.
I am just a man, not superhuman.
I'm not superhuman.
Someone save me from the hate. It's just another war, just another family torn.
Falling from my feet today.
Just a step on the edge, just another day in the world we live. I need a hero to save me now. I need a hero.
Save me now.
I need a hero to save my life. A hero will save me.
Just in time.
I've gotta fight today to live another day. Speaking my mind today.
My voice will be heard today.
I've gotta make take a stand, but I am just a man.
I'm not superhuman.
My voice will be heard today. It's just another war, just another family
My
torn.
voice will be heard today.
It's just another kill. The countdown begins to destroy ourselves. I need a hero to save me now. I need a hero.
Hi everybody, welcome back. It's been a very busy year at Crossville Fire Rescue. We're very excited to be providing the best possible fire protection that we can for our citizens and our community. We're also very fortunate to have a city council, a city leadership that share our vision for trying to provide fire protection that will last into future generations. I want to thank you for allowing me to be your Crossville Fire Chief, and God bless you.
Hero's gonna save me just in time. I need a hero to save me now. I need a hero. I need a hero.
Hands up to play my song and start to fly away. I need my head like this. My head like this. Hands up, play my song and it's gonna be okay.
A hero's gonna save me just in time.
And here's a rendering of the new Fire Station 2 that will be located on the corner of Interstate Drive and Cotton Patch Drive. So what else is next? Completion of the downtown sidewalk project and exploring options for grant opportunities to further the downtown enhancements to include paving of Main Street. Completion of the Little Obed Trail, Meadow Park Lake improvements, and an additional disc golf course, and maintenance items at Centennial Park. Installation of shade structures and fencing at Garrison Park, complete the signage at Crossville Memorial Airport, welcome signs on Interstate 40, replace the Palace Theater ceiling tile, and a complete auditorium renovation. Remove commercial traffic off Main Street, and get the Northwest Connector Phase 2, which is from Romo's to Highway 70 on TDOT's construction plan, the extension of Interstate Drive, employee engagement opportunities and training, charter review, construction of Catoosa Building, repairs and maintenance items at water treatment plants and sewer plants. The indoor recreation facility will be a major focus this upcoming year. It will be a 60,000 square foot facility. The city and the Sports Authority are in negotiations with the YMCA of Putnam County to manage the facility. Approval of all the documents should be expected by the end of September, actually more than likely next week that will all happen. Once the documents are approved, the Sports Authority can then proceed with issuing bonds. The project is expected to be funded through sales tax and not through property tax. Over the last 10 years, sales tax has increased 55%. Our sales tax growth is impressive, and even during last year's economic downturn, the city was still able to show an increase for fiscal year 23-24. The facility will be located across from City Hall, next to Tri Green, on a 10-acre parcel. The location will be a gateway to the downtown area, and plans are still being finalized. The city is working very closely with the YMCA for a design that is the most efficient and cost-effective. We are relying heavily on their expertise in the design process. So with all this going on, you might be much like Sheldon, feeling out of breath because so much is going on. Here is the Finance Department report to help us calm down and remind us how financially stable that the city is and how efficient their department is run.
Okay, I think I've got the audio and video running right now. Thank you everybody for your patience. I got that up and going. For joining us on the Zoom call today. I've got everybody here. Looks like Joe Curley's not here. He'll just have to play catch up or run a little behind. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nathan Klaus. I'm the finance director here at the City of Crossville, and I've been given the honor of introducing you to the finance department and the customer service departments for the State of the City address. First of all, I'll give a special thank you to our city manager, Ms. Valerie Hale, for... Bailey, why are you laughing? Whoa, that's not supposed to be there. What in the world? Why is this? That's not supposed to. I am so sorry. Sue, Melinda, I don't know which one of you did this, but I'll have to have talk with you about this afterwards. For y'all who don't know, Sue and Melinda are also part of the finance department, and it looks like one of them or both of them were having a little fun at my expense today. Again, I'm sorry about that. Let me give a special thank you, like I said, to our city manager, Ms. Valerie Hale, for the idea of us presenting our State of the City to you this way, introducing you to our different departments. Again, thank you for joining me on this Zoom call today. We are the finance department. We like to mess with numbers because they're like official and stuff. We really enjoy that. And I know what you're thinking when you think finance department. You're just thinking we're just a bunch of nerds. Well, that couldn't be further from the truth. We're actually a fun-loving group, like to have a good time, as evidenced by what you've already seen here today. We really like to enjoy that. We are located at City Hall. Now, we're not on the pretty floors you see here. We're actually down in the basement, what I call the dungeon. As you can see, a couple of office doors there. We're in there where our offices are nice and dark and dreary. That's where we spend most of our days. We do truly anticipate and wait for somebody to come visit with us there. And when they do, we get all excited. We get really happy about that. Let me just say, any resemblance here is just completely coincidental. That is not me. Now, what do we do in the finance department? We work with the city budget. We do bank reconciliations. We assist with payroll. We do accounts receivable, accounts payable, and we also help prepare for the audit. Now, we have two primary budgets. We have the general fund, which is about a $34 million budget this year. What that does, that covers the cost for your fire department, your police department, your public works, the city hall, the administrative part of that. It is funded with like property taxes and sales taxes. It is showing a surplus this year of about $400,000, which is incredible. Our other primary fund is the water sewer fund. That is about a $14 million budget. That fund has to show a surplus by state law, and it does this year. Like I said, the state does require us to show a surplus. We cannot show a deficit. As you all know, we did have to raise our water sewer rates this year. That is because of rising costs we've had over the last few years. Now, this is the first time we've done that in 7 years, but due to the higher cost, we had to raise our rates to keep from showing a deficit for the upcoming year. Now, the budget is a lengthy process. We usually meet with all the department heads early in the year, March, something around there, to talk about their different budgets for the departments, what adjustments need to be made there. Maybe if they're going to be buying some additional equipment or making some capital expenditures, so that we can be prepared for those for the next year budget. We then present that to the city council for them to review. Once they review it, we'll kind of make all their changes. We'll set aside what we did and make their changes. Once everything is done, they'll approve it and we'll submit that to the state. Now, for the bank reconciliations, we do have one pooled account. That account has funds, money in it for different funds, such as the general fund, water sewer. It has our State Street Aid Fund, our drug fund. It has all those combined. We also have our different savings accounts, which we have for all those funds. Plus, we have money set aside like for a new fire truck. We're setting money aside for that. We have to keep track of how much of each one of those, of each fund, each one of the accounts belongs to the different funds. The bank reconciliations take about a week to do. But then once we're done, we are excited about that. That is one long process. There's a lot of transactions to go through. That gives a great sense of accomplishment. Accounts receivable, We do track different things such as grant money that's due to us, money from the state for sales tax, business taxes, other monies due. We track those to make sure we get those. Accounts payable, that is basically the finance department pays the city bills. Whether we get bills directly, like from Volunteer Electric, or the different departments will submit for us to pay something, maybe office supplies, could be for a new piece of equipment. They do that stuff through either purchase orders or requisitions. And basically, we are the bank for the city. We keep all the funds, we house all those, and the department heads will come in and we'll write checks for what's needed. And now all the department's heads have the same attitude. When they walk in, they're all like, show me the money, because they want to do the stuff they need to do. They've got a lot of projects to do, and they all want to do that. Of course, after so long, all we hear is blah, blah, blah. But no, all seriousness, it is quite a process to go through. We do have to have invoices submitted for us to pay for items. So they just can't just say, hey, we need office supplies, write us a check. We do have to have an invoice or some kind of estimate from where they're purchasing it from, so we can do that. And a lot of times, depending on how much that is, has to have different levels of approval, all the way up and include approval from the city council. So we do have to make sure everything gets approved the way it's supposed to get approved. Now the audit, that takes about half of our year. We start on that in July. We have to submit hundreds and hundreds of documents to them that they review to make sure we're doing everything by state law. The processes are what they're supposed to do. We're following our policies, such as requiring approvals. They go through all those. What the audit is basically a process to show the citizens that we are handling their money forthcoming with what we're doing with it. We're doing it correctly, and we're being good stewards of their money. Now, like I said, that is a big process, and it's very time consuming, but it does affect our credit ratings and things of that nature. So it's a very important thing. Like I said, they request documents all the time. It does require a lot of us in the finance department to make sure we get those to them. Now, in the past year, I will say that we did get our budget submitted timely and got it approved. That is huge. I know the previous year they had to make a couple of corrections to it, but this year the state got it and they approved it with no changes. We also were able to increase our savings accounts this past year, which is, again, that's incredible, especially given the rising cost. And the money management of our city council has been phenomenal. They've done a great job. Now, we have had 2 people retire already this year, Fred Houston and Robin Miles. Now, they've been here for a long time, and they have already retired. We do have one more employee in the finance department retiring soon, and that is Sue Blaylock. She'll be retiring in November, and we would like to say to them bye-bye to their pension and hello to their pension. We wish them the best of luck and thank them for all the years of service they provided to the city. Now we move on to our customer service department, probably the heartbeat of the city. They are the superheroes. They come in every day ready to deal with whatever situation arises. They deserve a lot of credit for what they do. Now, their responsibilities, a lot of people think, that the customer service, they just take payments. Here's a tax payment, here's a water payment. That's only a small fraction of what they do. They are basically the search engine of the city. They handle every call that comes in. When the calls come in, they'll direct them to where they want to go. They answer questions, sometimes without having to defer to other departments. They know about water tap fees, different things that people have to do. They know how to help them to determine what's happening with their water bills and things of that nature. They really work hard to help the city run smoothly. And they face all kinds of stuff. And let me tell you, they deal with people no matter if they're happy, sad, mad. And like I said, we did have to increase the water rates. And man, when those bills came out, this past month, they got a lot of calls about that. And I will say our customer service department did well. They understood what everybody was going through, which was huge. And the way they dealt with people, their kindness, and the way they dealt with them was phenomenal. I will say that the customers leave knowing that what was done was correct and everything. But the most important thing about our customer service is no matter what kind of day they're having, no matter what is going on, no matter who walks in the door, you will be greeted with a smile. They are so friendly, and that's what makes them so special, is to do with what they deal with and still have a smile. It's absolutely incredible. But I will say that the finance department and the customer service department, we really couldn't all be successful without each and every one of you. Working together in the city is what makes this a success. So I'd like to thank every department, every employee for what they do. It's truly amazing, and I'm really glad to be a part of it. Again, thank you for the opportunity to talk to you today. You have a blessed day. I appreciate it. Oh, I gotta log out.
This past year, 68 acres were annexed into the city. The average taxpayer pays around $300 per year in city property taxes. Trash pickup alone is worth $264, so it's definitely a value being annexed into the city if one qualifies. As you might have noticed, housing within the city limits is increasing. Property tax revenue increased almost $80,000 within the last fiscal year without a property tax increase. This is due to an increase in property values as well as new housing units being constructed. Building permits have remained consistent within the city limits, which is good news. Here is the annual report from the Codes Enforcement Department to discuss further.
City of Crossville fiscal year 2023 through 2024 annual report. This presentation will highlight some of the responsibilities of the Codes Department. Issuing permits for various activities such as building, residential and commercial, plumbing and mechanical, renovations, additions, and occupancy change, signs, and swimming pools are various types of permits that we would issue. A review of the permit issue chart provides detail of the quantity and type of permits issued. Over 1,000 permits were issued during the fiscal year. City residential permits were over 100 and city commercial permits were 57. Conducting inspection is a major function of the Codes Department. Some types of the inspections include footers, foundations, framing and structural, plumbing, mechanical, and safety. Inspections completed for the fiscal year 23-24 totaled over 3,400 inspections with a pass rate at 70%. We'll look at some of the types of items inspected and various structures inspected. This slide shows a foundation inspection. This was Flat Rock Hospitality Building. A CCHS Auditorium. This is the walls and the plumbing. We have a new office and storage facility on Interchange Drive. CarFix is their second location, was completed on North Main Street. Southeast Retina, Advanced Auto, both of those were completed. We have Starbucks, which is nearing completion. Dwelling structures that we look at, this is a starter home for Habitat. It's a rental structure, a duplex. Spec homes. With custom homes. Here's the RV park, specialty custom. An example of a sign inspection would be the sign that we did at Buc-ee's. We're checking the hole depth and width. Plans review is another of the responsibilities of the Codes Department. We review plans submitted to the current adopted codes, addressing any issues prior to construction. Property maintenance issues fall under the Codes Department. Property maintenance is addressed through a code complaint basis. We look for issues such as high grass, trash and debris, and dilapidated structures are the majority of the issues brought forward. Example of a code issue, property maintenance. Why have building codes? Building codes protect by providing minimum safety and structural standards. Building codes will level the playing field, establishing minimum standards for all the contractors to follow. Building codes can help the community. This can be through reduced insurance rates based on the adopted code. Building codes are minimum standards that structures can be built by. This is an example of a dwelling which met the minimum code standards when it was built. It did not survive a direct hit of an EF1 tornado. Here's an example of a dwelling that was built above code standards. Had very little damage after surviving a Category 5 hurricane with peak winds of 160 miles per hour.
With more residents and activity within the city limits, Public Works is even more busy. Here's the annual report from them.
Welcome to Public Works, the first to arrive and the last to leave. Pull up a chair and set a spell. Many people don't know all the wonderful things our department does. What is the purpose of Public Works anyway? Well, in technical terms, we employ personnel and physical assets to provide and maintain services essential to the quality of life and welfare of the citizens. Essentially, we make the boat float. Public Works is the backbone of keeping cities moving day and night, regardless of the weather. Over the past year, you probably noticed when the maintenance department demolished the old Village Inn. Or maybe you saw them while they were at the depot installing and painting the new deck. This newly renovated area provides nice seating for outdoor functions while providing cover from the elements when necessary. If you didn't see them in either of those places, you may have caught them refinishing the Palace stage floor. Or painting and sealing the outside Palace walls. Here you will see them working on handrails for just one of the many projects they did this year. Replacing the fuel tank, pumps, and system was an interesting process to watch. How about those times you need work done on your vehicles? Who do you go see? The fleet maintenance crew is always happy to help with keeping our vehicles up and running. Proper ground maintenance is what keeps our city looking great. Just ride around the city and notice how well groomed everything is. On top of mowing all the city-owned properties, this year they have bush hogged 4 city dams, cleaned various properties for the codes department, and put sod down on the Holiday Dam. The city of Crossville is a beautiful part of our county, and our crew works hard every day, keeping this a beautiful place to live. Right-of-way mowing is a must to keeping the sides of the roads clear. This helps prevent accidents from happening. Additional exciting projects you might have caught a glimpse of include moving all down the road, the street department. This past year, the original paving budget was $750,000. Later in the year, the street department was allocated an additional $600,000. It is estimated we paved 34 roads using approximately 11,065 tons of asphalt. Nothing is more pleasing than watching a road with alligator cracking and potholes get a nice new finish. The street department is responsible for maintaining 44 traffic signals in Cumberland County. Over the course of the year, we performed 68 preventative maintenance, repaired 46 issues with traffic lights, and responded to 29 call-outs. From pouring concrete for sidewalks or pads for the bus stops, the street department has got it covered. The biggest project this past year was Whisper Arrow. One of the special projects street department worked on was the walking bridge at Meadow Park Lake. Did anyone ask for leaf removal? Leaf removal begins around the 1st of November and runs until about the 1st of January. Leaf removal is a service the city provides to those residents residing within the city limits. Over the course of the last fiscal year, the street department has responded to numerous work orders requesting leaf removal. It is estimated over 2,400 tons of leaves have been picked up during leaf removal season. Salt truck, it's off to push snow they go. The hours can be long and hard when the weather is nasty. When it comes to snow and ice, all departments band together to make sure the city streets are drivable. The past year, crews spent an estimate 402 hours removing snow and ice over the course of a 3-day period. So, what has utility maintenance been into? They've extended the sewer line at Goose Point, relocated the utilities at the airport, relocated the sewer line at 5447 Highway 127 North, extended a 2-inch water line on North Main, performed the water service line inventory, and did a sewer line repair on Highway 70 North and Marietta Street. One project I'm sure we all have either drove around or avoided was the water line location for the T-Dock Culvert project on West Avenue and 10th Street. Well, that's not good. You know it's going to be big when the customer tells you there's no way you're going to miss it. Some days can be long and hard when they're repairing water leaks, but the utility maintenance crew strives to repair leaks in a timely manner so customers won't have to do without water very long. Whether it's opening or closing a grave or keeping the cemetery ground well groomed, you can bet this crew works hard to maintain the grounds at the cemetery. Over the course of the past year, 56 grave services have been performed, not to mention laying out graves for headstones to be set by monument companies. Sometimes road bores are necessary to get water or sewer lines to the customer. Here is just a small glimpse into what the process entails. On top of all that, they still manage to complete their daily work orders. Well, it's all in a day's work. At the end of the day, Public Works covers a lot of territory. But just who are the crews that makes all this happen? Let me begin by introducing you to our maintenance department. Next is your street department and your utility maintenance department. And here you have the whole crew in one place. Tammy is the first person you talk to when calling Public Works. She is responsible for making sure all work orders are directed to the appropriate department. From work orders, reports, daily recording of records, she also addresses many unknown problems that come in daily. She goes over and beyond to solve your issues. You have options available to report a city-related concern. You can call the Public Works office or go to the city website to submit a request on the Citizens Request portal. These two are forwarded to her, which she also directs the appropriate location. And last but not least, who is in charge of these crews? Billy Poore is the manager of the utility maintenance. Steve Powell is the manager of the maintenance. And Kevin Music is the street department manager. Well, that's a wrap. We truly hope you gain some insight in all the Public Works covers over a year's time. We hope you've enjoyed our show. This is just a drop in the bucket of the many things you see Public Works doing. Many daily tasks are performed each day.
City crew, they hit the street every day without defeat. Fix the roads and clear the drain. Sunshine come or even rain. In Crossville town they wear a smile, driving trucks for miles and miles. City bright and looking fine. Crossville's crew, they always shine. In Crossville's crew, they always shine.
The Catoosa department is led by Jeff Johnson. I found this picture of him online and I think it's very fitting. He's always on the go and always hands-on with his department. The Catoosa department installed approximately 150 new taps and read about 62,000 meters last fiscal year. There were 97 service line leaks repaired and 6 main line leaks repaired. They also located roughly 5,000 lines for 811. They have been truly overwhelmed with leaks from the Highway 127 North project this past year, and we're grateful for all the work they are doing for the road improvement project. Here are some pictures of some of their work and a photo of their dedicated staff. Up next is the report from the Water Resources Department.
Here at Crossville Water Resources, we like to test our water from the very beginning.
Game order!
Down in Meadow Park where the waters flow, there's a man we all call Waterman Joe. Pulling levers, turning valves, he's in control. With a grin and a joke, he plays his role. Hey Joe, you're the man with the jokes and the plan. You keep the water flowing through this dry land. Cracking wise, keeping spirits high. Meadow Park's got the twinkle in your eye.
Here at Crossville Water Resources, we've had a busy year. We have replaced 2 vertical turbines at the Holiday Hills Water Treatment Plant and are now undergoing capital improvements where they're installing tube settlers at Meadow Park. And Brian and Mike does not have their fishing license.
We are cleaning our sludge basins because we're having tube settlers installed. So we do this twice a year just to clean out anything that's left in the bottom.
Tube settlers will go in under the trough. And that prevents short circuiting, and we get a removal credit for having tube settlers because it adds to your detention time, which forces your water down and up through the trough in the route they're supposed to run. Okay, we're here at the raw water intake at Meadow Park. What you can see here is the raw water upper intake. There's 2 intakes. Actually, one is lower, 8 or 10 feet below this intake. The lake is down 2 feet right now, and the acreage size is 275 acres at Meadow Park. Behind us here is the raw water building where we pump the raw water up to the water plant. And at the raw water building, we add sodium permanganate and sodium bicarbonate in our treatment process. The sodium permanganate oxidizes iron and manganese and also works on taste and odor. And then the sodium bicarbonate adds alkalinity to the water
to make the sodium permanganate work better. So the raw water comes from the raw water pump house to the end of the basin here where it comes in, and it's mixed with a polyaluminum chloride, which creates the flock, which does the majority of the work, taking all the sediment out of the water. And it comes in here and goes down and up through the splitter, which splits it off evenly between both basins, which we have one basin down right now for the capital plan where we're installing the tube settlers. All right, this is our settling basins, which you see one side's full, one side's empty, where they're installing our tube settlers. In here, though, with it empty, you can see our sludge removal system. It's called a chain of flight. As the flock comes through the basin, it gets bigger and settles out in these basins, and the chain of flight system pulls it to the back where there's an auger system down here, and it augers to the side, and we dump it every 2 hours, and all the sludge goes down here to our sludge ponds. And of course it comes up over the tube settlers and into the plant, into the filters, ready to be filtered, and the final chemicals added and pumped out into the system. So that's where it comes in from the basin, splits off and goes to each filter influent, and then green is raw, brown is drain, and blue is finished water. Color codes for state. So the water comes in the backside, so the filter is on the other side of that wall. It's 30 inches deep of sand and anthracite for our filter media. And of course it passes through there and it picks off the rest of the turbidity that the polymer didn't take out. And these pumps out here pump it to the 1 million gallon clear well, that concrete tank. They pump it to the finished pump house, or the finished clear well. And of course there's our finished pump house. And then that pulls from there and pushes it to the system. Homestead, Lantana, these machines generate sodium hypochlorite and from salt water and fresh water. So that's salt tanks, and that's our on-site disinfectant generation. We generate our own disinfectant.
Every utility that has a public water system utility has to have bacteriological analysis to check its water samples. It's based off population. So Crossville does some, South Cumberland, West Cumberland, and Cumberland Mountain Retreat all have to test it in an incubator that stays 35 degrees Celsius at all times. And here's the finished product. That's what we want to see. We want to see good clear water come out of it. And if it turns yellow, it's got bacteria in it. And then take it a step further, there's a difference in these. As you may can see, one glows and one doesn't. The one that glows actually has E. coli in it.
In 2023, we conducted over 10,000 tests for more than 85 contaminants which may be found in drinking water. We did not detect any of these contaminants at any level which surpasses the strict regulations of the state of Tennessee and the US EPA. And there it is from start to finish. Darren, it's all yours.
In the heart of Crossville where the big trucks roll, folks at the water plant play a vital role. They rise with the dawn, working through the night, turning pure drops of water into life's sweet light. Here's to the workers at the heart of the town, turning dirty water clear, never backing down. In Crossville, Tennessee, they give it all they can. The unsung heroes at the water plant. In Crossville, Tennessee, they give it all they can. The unsung heroes at the water plant.
I would like to thank my employees, Zach, Mike, Brian, Levi, Derek, Gary, Matt, Travis, Eric, Logan, and Landon for all your hard work and all that you do for us here at the water plant. I really appreciate it.
Yes, Bailey, I'm spaying weeds.
For those of you that don't know, that's an inside joke between Bailey and Brian. Every month when he submits his report, he will consistently put spay weeds rather than spraying weeds. So that's an inside joke. Waterman Joe, we might have to call the police on your department if they don't have a fishing license, which leads us to our next annual report from the police department.
The city of Crossville was named after the intersection of two roads. I believe it's the one we came in on and the one we're headed toward. The city police department serves approximately 21 square miles, ranging from golf courses to businesses to residents. Population listed at over 12,000, swells much larger than that. Last year, in 2023, calls of service was 11,564. That's not counting proactive traffic stops and interactions that the officers instigate themselves. From everything to assisting motorists, assisting with medical calls, domestic violence, theft, felony and misdemeanor, crimes against property and society. These officers enter the streets with a genuine care for the people they serve. We are equipped with the tools, knowledge, and a winning mindset. Take a brief look into your police department.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this and see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm blind. But I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Take a look in the mirror and what do you see? Do you see it clearer or are you deceived in what you believe? 'Cause I'm only human after all. You're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Don't ask my opinion, don't ask me to lie. Then beg for forgiveness for making you cry. For making you cry. 'Cause I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. I'm only human. I make mistakes. I'm only human. That's all it takes to put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. 'Cause I'm no prophet or Messiah. You should go looking somewhere high.
Officer Van Reden, how long have you been an SRO for?
6 years so far.
What made you decide to become an SRO?
I wanted to give back. When I was a child, I was a troubled youth. I had Officer Juan Martinez with City of Milwaukee Police Department. He was at my house quite frequently, but he made an impact on me. You know, he just wasn't that cop. You know, he was the one that sat down and he listened to me, and I always felt like I wanted to go ahead and give back because of the way he carried himself. I had so much respect for him, and he just carried himself so well. And he made a quote to me. He said, "What you say and do today is what you're going to be remembered for tomorrow." And that stuck with me. And if I can give that back to our kids today, then I fulfilled my job.
What is the day in the life of an SRO?
Day in the life of the SRO, it's walking through that door in the morning. You're greeting them kids, calling them by name. Sometimes that's the only time that they ever hear their name called out. And you treat them all like every man, every woman, and you just have the utmost respect for them. And they return that respect to you. You know, you talk about them about what's going on in their lives, how their day is going, how their night went, how their date went. But most of all, it's dad talks. You know, you always want to be the mentor, the role model, the counselor, and then the cop.
Detective Sergeant Vandiver, Detective Tollett, how long have y'all been a detective?
I started the department in June of 2010. I became a detective in January of 2019.
I started my career in August of 2003, and then January of 2019, I became a detective.
Detective Tollett, what made you want to become a detective?
You know, through my career, I was always on the front end of most cases, taking the initial report, and because of the job of patrol, you really limited on what you can do in the case. So as a detective, I can see the case all the way through and find resolution most of the times in the case.
Sergeant Vandiver, what does a day in the life of a detective entail?
Our workday starts at 8. We usually meet here around 7:30 and we go over the reports from the night before or the weekend before, and we discuss the solvability factors of those reports, and they're assigned accordingly to those factors. And then we go our separate ways and we work our own cases, whether it be in the office or out in the field. And we also listen to the radio, so if patrol needs us during the daytime to assist in those calls, we can.
What is the importance of having a well-trained and well-equipped detective division?
You know, having a well-trained and well-equipped detective division can make or break a case when it comes to court. If we don't have the tools, if we don't have the training, it could mean somebody getting off on a heinous crime.
We get to go to a lot of specialized training as far as like latent print collection, forensic interviews, interview and interrogation, photography, and those classes help us greatly in the prosecution of cases because the evidence is collected properly, or we may get a confession through an interview.
Sergeant Mangus, what made you want to become a K-9 officer?
Probably the easiest way to explain this is to go into, I was with other handlers that had dogs prior, and those dogs successfully locating people or narcotics was what drove me into wanting to become a K-9. Successfully locating a subject that you might not have been able to without that useful tool. That's instrumental in the success of the police department, and having that tool is something that I always wanted after seeing it be utilized correctly and properly.
Sergeant Masson, what does the day in the life of a K-9 entail?
Well, my K-9, he comes home with me every day, so his home at life is just as any other pet. We go into work, we work our 12 hours or more together. That be finding evidence, locating fleeing suspects, missing subjects, or locating narcotics, or just being backup officer. We are on a 24-hour call-in schedule. At any point we can be called in for call of duty.
What do you think the success rate is for the K-9 unit at the police department?
I would suggest at least 90%. Out of 4 K-9 handlers, we are approximately 20 years experience altogether. In that 20 experience, we locate narcotics, we locate any type of evidence that could have been used for the scene of an accident, guns, knives, what have you, fleeing suspects, missing children, as I said, adults.
So when it comes into the success, I think grand scheme of things, all 4 of us, the handlers here, we have 4 handlers. We probably have found over 150 people as far as finds, and that could be successfully finding the person at the end of a track or then running into the perimeter, which just means somebody else, as far as the non-tracking team located that subject, We've probably got well over 150 people in total, and that could be criminals that have fled from somewhere, or lost children, elderly people with some kind of disability that we've tracked. There's lots of many reasons we may track, but we've found probably at least 150 between the four of us.
Chief Brooks, when did you come to the Crossville Police Department, and what image are we trying to present here?
I come to the Crossville Police Department in October 2018. The image I want to project is not my image, it's the police department's image, that you've got a dedicated, hard-working bunch of individuals that go out and give 100+% every day when they go to work. They prove it by statistics. The crime rates is going down. Just so many different things is happening that it took several years to get it to work and everything working the right way, but it's worked.
What has caused the crime rate to go down in Crossville?
It's the dedication of the employees, the police officers of the police department. They, like I said, they get out and they do their job every day and do like they're supposed to, what they're paid to do as policemen, but I think it's in their heart more than the pay is.
What is the discrepancy in crime rates from 2022 to 2023?
Well, in 22, we had 263 events against persons, and this year we're down to 216, or 2023. The 24 stats hadn't come out yet, or won't till the end of 24. The property crimes went from 626 crimes to 491 crimes, and the society crimes, which is usually DUI, narcotics, and things like that, is went from 398 to 334, with 311 of those cleared by arrest.
Chief, what is the goal here at the Crossville Police Department?
I want people to be proud of this police department, and I want the public to be proud that they've got dedicated, hard-working officers out looking after their interests. If they close their business at night, I want them to know that somebody's watching after their business. And if they're at work, I want somebody to know that we're watching after their homes. And the likelihood of them being involved in a violent crime, we reduce it every time they see one of the police cars.
If there are any other positions within the city central to all departments, it's the city clerk and the IT department. I present to you the annual reports from the Office of the City Clerk, followed by the report from the IT department to conclude our departmental presentations.
Hi, I'm Bailey Ray, and I'm the City Clerk for the City of Crossville. I joined the City Clerk's office in June of 2022, and I became the City Clerk in April of 2024 after our City Manager, Valerie Hale, became City Manager. My favorite part about my job is getting to help and inform the citizens that come into our office. A lot of people will come in with a simple question, and 30 minutes later they'll leave with a lot of knowledge they didn't ask for, because I like them to be well informed. I hope you enjoy our video today and learn a little bit about what we do here in our office and help the citizens of Crossville. Our department is small, but it is mighty. It's made up of 3 people, myself, Bailey Walker, and Suzanne Boyer. Bailey is the admin for the City Clerk and the City Manager's offices, and Suzanne is in charge of records management within our office. I hope you enjoy our video today and you learn something about what we do here at the City Clerk's office, what we've done in the past year, and what our future goals are. Before we start with what we have done in the City Clerk's office, let's talk about what we don't do in the City Clerk's office. Unlike the County Clerk, we do not renew tags for your vehicle. We don't renew your driver's license. We don't issue a marriage license. We cannot issue beer or business license for a business outside of the city limits. Provide records we don't have access to, or lower your utility bill upon request. And yes, I have been asked to do this several times. Now that you know what we don't do, let's talk about what we do. We're the behind the scenes of the City Council. We work closely with all of the council members to prepare for council meetings. We maintain records, not limited to minutes from meetings, open records requests, cemetery, airport, ordinances, resolutions, and more. We're the admin support for the city manager. We handle all licensing and permitting pertaining to businesses, yard sales, and anything else pretty much. Organize council, committee, and board meetings, maintenance of City Hall, agenda management, minute taking, bids for projects and purchases. So everything that gets bought that's more than $25,000, we put a bid out for it. We handle public notices, writing ordinances and resolutions, annexation, we assist citizens, and we notarize documents. The most frequently asked questions we get within the city clerk's office can be, can I have chickens or livestock in the city limits? Yes, you can, but they have to be kept in a neat enclosed area. If you're within 1,000 feet of another residence, business, road, you need to contact animal control. Can I hunt on city property? No. Do I live within the city limits? Possibly. What's your address? What day and time is this meeting? All meeting information can be found on our website. Council, Planning Commission, and Sports Authority meetings can be listened to during or after the meeting. How do I get in touch with the mayor or a council member? The best way is by email. They are excellent to respond. You can request a call and set up a time that works for both of you as well.
City of Crossville, this is Bailey. How can I help you? Yes, you can have chickens in city limits.
One cool part about the city clerk's office is that we get to work with all the other departments within the city in two major aspects, bidding and records request. So anytime a purchase is made over $25,000, a bid must be put out, or a request for services, or request for proposals, or request for qualifications, and our office handles that. We work with the department heads to get together the bid specifications or the request specifications, and we publish those to our website, send out to the vendors, use vendor registry, so we get as many bids in as possible. Sometimes we don't get any bids in, and sometimes we get 10 bids in. It just depends on the project and what is being purchased. We open the bids, and usually we consult with the department head. Actually, we always consult with the department head because we don't want to be the ones to pick whatever equipment or proposal is being proposed. Then we help create an agenda item for the council. Council votes on it, and it's always usually whoever staff recommends, and that's how our purchasing works. So we help in that aspect, and then we also have records requests. So we worked on over 70 records requests last year. The Freedom of Information Act gives citizens pretty much the ability to get any information from the city. So we work with all of the departments. I think we worked with every single department last fiscal year to gather records. We had some very strange ones, such as what kind of mosquito repellent did the city use for the last 10 years, all the way up until your normal dash cam or body cam footage of an arrest or a wreck or something along those lines. So we work with a lot of different departments in different aspects, and that's one really cool part about our office, is that some way we work with every single department in the city. So since you just started in the city clerk's office, I wanted to go over with you everything we've done in the last fiscal year. I think it would be important, that way you can know what we've done and where we're heading. So let's go around the city and around City Hall and look at everything we've accomplished and talk about all of it today. So, you ready?
Let's go.
All right, cool. This building is City Hall. Our office is located on the 3rd floor of City Hall. When you enter the building from the side entrance, you'll come in at the bottom of some stairs. You can come up to the top of those stairs, and that's where you'll find our office. Before we check that out, though, let's go see council chambers.
I move we approve consent agenda items 5A through 5BB. These items were discussed at our work session last Tuesday night. We heard from our department heads and city manager, and it was a meeting we had open to the public. And I move we approve these items.
Second.
So now we're in council chambers. We are actually sitting right where the mayor sits during meetings. The council members will sit to either side of him, and then Valerie is down on that end, the city manager, and I, the city clerk, am down on that end. So meetings in here are held the second Tuesday of the month at 6 p.m. This is where we have our official council meeting. Occasionally, we will have a beer board meeting prior to the council meeting. That starts at 5:45. And if we ever have a public hearing, depending on what the topic is, we usually start them at 5:50. But if it's a controversial topic, we might have it a little earlier in the day before the meeting. So, council will hold beer board, and what beer board is, when somebody gets a beer permit, they have to have a background check done, and wherever they're selling beer out of, they have to be inspected by our codes department. If the codes and the police recommend approval, council will usually approve it if there's no issues, and then they can actually sell beer out of their establishment or their business. So that's something that our office helps with as well. Do you have any questions about meetings that are held in here?
Yes, where would you find the things on the agenda item?
So you can find items for our agendas on our website. We publish them at least 48 hours prior. By state law, we have to do that. Any items will be published prior to the meeting, and any citizen is welcome to view those items. And if there's an issue or a topic they're interested in, they're encouraged to attend the meeting. We have public comment prior to the meeting, which lasts 3 minutes, and people are welcome to attend and speak during that comment period. If you want to speak directly to the mayor or to a council member, it's recommended to come to the meetings. That's the best time to talk with them face to face in person. And you can talk to them before the meeting if time allows, or after the meeting. They're very easy to talk to. You just walk up to them and start a conversation. We have a great council that is very easy to work with and address issues. So, do you have any more questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, cool. Let's go upstairs and check out the 3rd floor. This is the 3rd floor of City Hall. You will be greeted by Bailey, and you will see my office to the right, and the mayor's is down the hall. Then you will come to the city manager's office. Hi, Valerie. And then you will see the conference room 317. We hold multiple meetings such as planning commission, work sessions, and other boards and committees within this room. The city of Crossville has several boards and committees that operate outside of the city council. Most of these are considered advisory roles. Some of them that the city clerk's office helps with are the planning commission, the sports authority of the city of Crossville, the tree board, the sports council, Lake Commission, Airport Committee, Beer Board, and Catoosa Advisory Board. We publish these agendas and meeting dates at least 48 hours in advance for all meetings. Record keeping is a very important part of our job. This is our vault where we store a lot of records, especially our permanent records. You can find all of our minute books for the Planning Commission, the City Council, ordinance books, resolutions, and even a hospital board meeting book here in our vault. The city clerk's office works with the public works office to help maintain records for the city cemetery. Here in this video, you can see the drone flying over the cemetery. You're in the old section near the water tower at this point. The drone then continues towards Cook Road. At this point, you can see the Wayne Avenue section. There are several plots available in this section. Plots in this section start at $450 for inside city residents, and the cost to outside city residents are $650. The drone then continues over towards the Cook Road section. There are not many plots available in this section, but there are still some open areas. Currently, we have just shy of 8,000 plots mapped at City Cemetery, and we sold 63 of those last year. This year, we reviewed multiple ordinances and passed multiple budget amendments. We passed a sign ordinance, we discussed the water and sewer mainline extension, and changed Point Landing to Whisper Way. Let's recap what we did here in the City of Crossville City Clerk Office. We had 415 agenda items, passed 14 ordinances, including budget amendments, did 170 new business license, 4 peddlers permits, 3 transient vendors permits, 79 yard sale permits, 81 beer license renewals, 25 liquor license renewals, 1,182 business license renewals, 70 plus records requests, 12 city manager reports, 98 work orders for City Hall, 28 bids, 63 cemetery plots were sold, 23 street closure permits were issued. We attended 12 council meetings, 7 special calls, 16 planning commission meetings, and 13 work sessions. We had a really busy year. The goals I have for our office in fiscal year 24-25 consist of a policy book, gain and share knowledge, and streamlining the license process. For the policy book, I want to update the City of Crossville's existing policy book. I want to implement new and remove outdated policies and procedures. For gaining and sharing knowledge, I want to post more information on our social media and websites for citizens to stay informed. And as far as streamlining the license process, I want to be able for the citizens to renew any of their license online rather than having to come in or mail in a check. I would also like to implement a notification system for business license renewal. As of right now, we don't have one. We will email or mail citizens and business owners when their license is due, but that's not the best notification system.
IT. Okay, Brian. You need to reboot the thing. Give that a try. Holler back at me. Pretty sure it'll work. Alright. See you.
The IT department is focused. The Crossville IT department is focused on service and security. The IT department is focused on. The phone.
Not every day is like this. Some days are like this. But not today. Instead, we'll be testing the cameras for council chambers. When fully deployed, citizens will be able to view city council meetings on the internet as they happen live. While we've been streaming the audio for quite some time now, soon we'll have video as well. The setup includes 2 pan-tilt zoom cameras and a 4-channel mixer. Live and archived meetings can be found on the city website, crossvilletn.gov, by clicking on the meeting calendar button. We're also assisting in the implementation of iSOMS, a records management system for law enforcement. This software will allow officers to complete and submit their reports from the field and further streamline the reporting process. We were able to save some money on the project by repurposing an unused server. Over the past 12 months, we have set up and installed 22 new computers, upgraded our network switches, and completed our server room fire suppression system inspection. We consult and troubleshoot for every department in the city, from engineering to public works. From Catoosa to Meadow Park Lake, we work with everyone. And while most problems aren't this easy, we do like a simple fix. And now we'll go behind the scenes where the top secret confidential files are, the server room. In here you'll find the computers and devices that keep unauthorized users out of our system. Over here, the Packard Bell XT7800. This device runs at 3 gigahertz and processes about 1 million bits of data per second. The Crossville IT department is proud to support the growth and success of Crossville. And with your continued support, we'll keep building a smarter, safer, and more connected city.
Now what? Hey, don't do that. Don't do that now.
I was like, there's really an echo of today. You got me. Okay, now's the time we've set aside for question and answers.
Well, before we do that, Val, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we do have one more person that we have overlooked.
Valerie, we know you do a lot for us, and from everybody at Catoosa, we really appreciate all that you do. Thank you.
Hey Valerie, I just want to tell you, I know it's only been a short time since April, but you're doing a great job. We feel really supported, even in that short time, so just keep up the good work. We know we're going to do great things with you in charge.
Val, thank you for the awesome job you do running the city. We appreciate you.
Val, we'd just like to thank you for the good job you're doing and appreciate all the hard work that you do for us. Thanks.
Valerie, thank you for the good job and all that you do for us, and just appreciate it.
Valerie, I just want to say congratulations as a city manager. And I've already saw that we can, that you really support the police department, and I'm very appreciative of all the stuff that you do for us, and I just wish you a great future, and I think you'll make your own future because you're really good at your job.
Hi, Valerie. We are so honored to have you as our city manager. So proud of you. Excited to see what you're going to do leading us in the city, and we're just thankful we have such a wonderful person to lead us into the 21st century, and we just thank you for all you're doing. Keep up the great work.
Hey Val, good job. Keep it up. I know where some more gnomes are.
Hey Val, I just want to say thank you for all you do. Being a leader is more than just handing out tasks and making sure they get done. It's also about being compassionate. It's about forming unity. It's about being there for those who need you when they need you. And on behalf of the finance department and all the employees, I just want to give a special thank you to a great leader. We appreciate all you do. Thank you.
Hey Val, I just wanted to say thank you for all you do and the support you provide. It's so nice having you right next door so I can bug you all the time, but I may not say thank you enough, so thank you, and I'm so proud to have you as my boss.
Valerie, I want to say we appreciate you, the codes department, all the support that you provide us. I think you're doing a great job, and keep up the good work. Keep looking forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you for stepping up into this position. We appreciate your support and your willingness to lead us.
Hi, Valerie. You have always been an inspiration to me here at the city. I'm so happy to have you as our manager. You're going to be great, you are great, and I'll admire you for always.
Well, Val, it looks like I have about 20 seconds before the music runs out. I wanted to say thank you for your leadership. You've been impressive in every endeavor you've ever undertaken. The entire IT department looks forward to working with you for many years to come.
Of course, that was a huge surprise for me, and y'all, let me tell you, that's a core memory for me, and I appreciate it very much. It has been an honor to deliver the State of the City presentation. Over the past year, our city has faced challenges, but we've also seen tremendous growth and progress. Our community has come together in times of need, showing unity in the face of adversity. I am proud to report that the city's economy is strong, with new business opportunities appearing daily. Our city has worked tirelessly to improve infrastructure, enhance public services, and promote economic development, and we will continue to do that. As we look to the future, there is much to be excited about in Crossville. We have ambitious plans for continued growth and development, and we are committed to improving our sales tax base. All the pieces are in place, and the city is very ripe for development, especially retail development. I am committed to improving our city's economy, as well as making the city of Crossville the best place to work in all of Tennessee, and more importantly, be attractive enough to our children so that they return here to raise their families. As a final note, I'd like to thank everyone that helped me with this presentation. Thank you to the Palace staff for being so gracious. I'd be in trouble, though, if I tried to mention everyone, but there are a couple of people that absolutely deserve a shout out, and that's Lee Lawson and Kyle Sherrill. Could we please give them a round of applause? Also, one last comment. These videos, again, I'm sure you'll agree that they were extraordinary. They were absolutely wonderful. So we look forward to doing this next year. So kind of be thinking about what you're going to be doing. Take videos, take pictures, do what you can to prepare for next year. Lastly, we have a word from our sponsors, and once that's over, you are dismissed. Thank you.
Hey, this is Art Gerndt. Just want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for all of your work and all the things you do to make Crossville great. Since I've been on the council about 6 years ago, I've got to work with many of the department heads and have many interactions with city employees, and I've always found every one of you to be extremely helpful to me, and for that I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I just want to take this time to thank each and every one of you that works for the city of Crossville for the great job that you do. You know, we're getting ready to start a new year. You know, that's always exciting, lots of projects. I've been on city council now for 7.5 years, and you all have really made my job easy. much easier probably than it could be otherwise. Mainly because our staff is just so good all the way through. I've never had complaints about people working for the city of Crossville. Always been very impressed with the work that you all do. I just want to thank you. Thank you for all that you do.
Hello, I'm City Councilman Mike Turner for the City of Crossville. I want to take this opportunity to thank all our partners, our employees for the City of Crossville. You all are awesome. This city would not run or operate without you. All the departments, fire, police, public works, water distribution, on and on, Parks and Rec. Thank you for everything you do. You're not only polite and courteous to the people of Crossville, you are a true professional. Like I said, thank you for doing what you do. Keep up the good work and carry on. Thank you.
Thank you so much for all you do for Crossville. When I got elected, I thought I would get calls all the time about potholes or other problems, but I really haven't gotten many at all. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Hey, Crossville crew, Mayor R.J. Crawford here. Just wanted to give you all a little shout out and a little show of appreciation. I know a lot of what you all do a lot of times is a thankless job, and the only time that you seem to get recognition is when someone from the city calls to complain, but the reality is y'all are doing an amazing job. And I know on behalf of myself and council, it's great to have an amazing team across the board, across all departments. I hope you understand that we're here to support you, and I hope in the last couple of years you feel like we've done that by trying to make sure we incorporate proper pay raises, getting you back into your retirement plan, and making sure that you've got a good insurance policy. So keep up the great work. We appreciate you, and as always, it's an open door. Feel free to talk to me if you have any questions or concerns. Great job. Thank you.